Welcome to my short documentary about my CD, A Cheap Charming Sound, my do-it-yourself project. My last project broke the bank, so I had to figure out a way to release something on much cheaper means. And so anyway, it all started with a trip to Devil's Lake, a couple nights in a yurt. I brought 3 microphones with me and my digital recorder. The day before, I found this cheap guitar at the thrift store for $4.99, and so I took it with me, not really intending to make it what I played, but I really liked the sound of it, so I just started recording and using this guitar and spent most of the first night doing that. And then when I got back home, listening to the recordings and stuff, I decided to choose some songs and put something out. And so then my brain started to go to work on how I wanted to package it and how I could do it. And it starts, my ideas always start out simple and they multiply in my head. So anyway, that's what you're going to see, is how I put this thing together, and I'm going to give it away. Alright, so I wanted to have some kind of a cloth sleeve, something that felt good in your hands, something that kind of had a warmth to it. So I went to the fabric store. I had canvas in mind. What I found was this laundered canvas, which is really, it's soft and like it's been washed, obviously, and it kind of has a little bit of a tan color to it. So I ended up buying about 8 feet of this and then cutting it into squares, and that 8 feet cost me about $22, and I cut it into squares like this, and then I had my friend Dean screen print them, 2 images per, so 2 covers per page, and that's how it came out. Okay, the music has been made, the recording has been made, the design was picked out, the fabric was picked out and cut, the screen printing was done, the cutting of the artwork into ready to sew shapes were made, and now the actual sewing is being done. No good projects are done without the kind, helping hand lovers. My sewing skills are non-existent. I bought these cardboard sleeves from Stumptown Printers, no relation to Stumptown Coffee. You get 50 of them for, I think it was $15. So you got to assemble them though. So, and while I don't mind the simple cardboard look of them, I kind of was trying to think of some kind of an image to put on there, but I really couldn't afford to screen print it. And I had to go to the craft store to get a glue gun to glue these together, and I was kind of roaming the aisles at the craft store, and I got the idea for a stamp. So I found this wood grain stamp, and I thought that would make a nice image for the cover. So that stamp costs like $12.99. This costs like $6, the stamp ink. So basically, we get her ink down. it up. It doesn't have to be perfect, because I don't think that one was. And because the height-wise it's perfect for a CD, but length-wise it's not quite long enough, so I got to do two. I got to line up the second one to cover the whole face of the CD. And voila, we have cover art. Now we have to do this 50 times. Alright, now that we got the image on the front, I got the stamp thing done for the front. I got to glue them together. Now, I did a few of these and it did not turn out. It took me a while to get the hang of this glue gun. But anyway, I think I've got it down now. So here's what we do. And this is where I was making a mistake before, as I wasn't folding everything down really hard. But so I tried to get in the habit of doing this first, because this glue dries really quick. So like you only have like 5 or 6 seconds to actually glue it, or it'll turn. So we lay down our glue. Fold it over really quick. Like that. One CD sleeve done. And then I take it over here and put it underneath my Elvis Complete Recording Sessions heavy book. Like this. We got to do that 50 times. Of course, all this label hard work is done under the watchful eye of the CEO of Gorby International Records, Mr. Gorby himself. Alright, the final assembly process. We've done all the work on the little bits and pieces that we need to have done. Here's a quick rundown of what it cost me. I got the CDs done, full color print. 50 of those cost $78. I bought 8 feet of the laundered canvas material that went into making all the covers. That cost $22. The sleeves, the cardboard sleeves, which were blank when I got them, those were $15 for 50 of them. And then I got some buttons made to seal the sleeve, the Laxo, and that was $40 for those buttons. The inserts I got done up at Kinko's. Thank you, Rob. You'll never see this, but thank you. Front and back, those only cost $13 for 50 of those. I had to buy a glue gun and a stamp for this artwork, and I also, so I got a stamp pad, and I also bought a stamp for my label, and that was $23. The glue gun and the stamp was about $20. So we got a final CD here. It turned out really good. I'd like to thank Dean, a friend of mine, a fellow bandmate from the past, who did a fantastic job of screen printing these for me. Thank you. Also, Rachel Mortimer, she did a fantastic job of sewing these for me. Thank you. It's do it yourself, but you need lots of help from your friends. Total cost was $210 for materials, and lots of tedious time gluing and assembling, and so we got 50 more times to do this, but yeah, I mentioned the buttons. I think I've covered everything, and on the you know, as tedious as things can be, it's can be meditative sometimes, and it's always fun putting together your own project, and I'm looking forward to giving them away.